Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Sing with us. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Umevorah, Shabbat Shalom, Umevorah, Shabbat Shalom, 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 Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom and welcome to all of you. We're delighted that you are here to celebrate Shabbat. To help preserve the sanctity of this evening's service, please check your cell phone, make sure that it has been silenced. And if you didn't have a chance to pick up a copy of our prayer book this evening, we're going to be praying from our Reclaiming Shabbat service, which was on a table as you were entering, so please feel free to go and get one. For those who are visitors to our congregation, we welcome you. We're always delighted to welcome people who haven't been here before, and we hope your experience will be warm and welcoming. And we encourage you to participate, all of you, in song and prayer this evening. We turn now to page 1 of our prayer book, and it's my pleasure to invite up Felice Klein and Rhonda Lewis Harway to kindle the lights of Shabbat. The blessing can be found on page 2.
O God, you are the light by which we see the ones we love. As we kindle these lights, we begin a holy time. May we and all Israel find it for the refreshment of body and spirit and the sense that you are near to us at all times.
We give thanks for our home, where we find rest from the day's work and refuge from cares. May it be warm with love and companionship.
May our joys be heightened and our sorrows softened by
the love we give and receive.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel
You, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, you hallow us with mitzvot and command us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
May we be blessed with Shabbat joy. May we be blessed with Shabbat peace. May we be blessed with Shabbat light. We are grateful, O God, for the heritage of Shabbat and for the companionship of those with whom we have gathered.
In the us to share moments of true Shabbat joy.
May the hands of those who break bread together be hands of friends who strengthen and support one another.
May the voices which chant and pray on this Shabbat be voices of kindness and truth at all times.
Grant us the capacity to value our friends and to enrich the lives of those whom we love.
May we deepen our concern for all your children and renew our devotion to our people and our faith.
On this Shabbat which we share together, help us to feel your presence, O source of life and love. We continue with the words Lecha Dodi, which can be found opposite page 1. Lecha Dodi together.
לקראת חלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת חלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת חלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת חלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השביענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם תפארת וריתי לה 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 לה. לך דודי, לקראת חלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת חלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ומלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, זאת נעשה במחשבה תפילה. לה 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 לה. לך דודי, לקראת חלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת חלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. Rise as we welcome the Shabbat bride. בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לה 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 לה. לך דודי, לקראת חלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת חלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת חלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת חלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה.
Having lit the candles and welcome Shabbat, I now ask you to turn to each other for a moment of welcome and Shabbat Shalom. Greet somebody you don't yet know and wish them Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Good Shabbos. How are you?
Shabbat shalom.
We continue with the Baruch Hu on page 3. Every moment of this strange and lovely life from dawn to dusk is a miracle. Somewhere, always, a rose is opening its petals to the days. Somewhere, always, a flower is fading in the dusk. The incense that rises with the sun and the scents that die in the dark are all gathered, sooner or later, into the solitary fragrance that is God. Faintly, elusively, that fragrance lingers over all of us. Together, Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, v'chochma poteach sha'arim, uvitvuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazamanim, umisader et hakochavim, v'mishmarotehem barakia kirtzono. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom umevi laila, umabdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, ukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shofeinu, u'kumenu nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, ki hem chayenu, ve'orech yameinu, uvahem nege yomam v'layla, nege yomam v'layla. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמי. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. אוהב עמו ישראל. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated. We're at the bottom of page 6. We chant together V'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ולכתך בדרך, ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בינינו.
ימיnecha, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך,
למען תזכרו
ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. In the middle of page 7, we cannot find redemption until we see the flaws in our own souls and try to efface them. Nor can a people be redeemed until it sees the flaws in its soul and tries to efface them. But whether it be an individual or a people, whoever shuts out the realization of one's flaws is shutting out redemption. We can be redeemed only to the extent to which we see ourselves.
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
Together in the middle of page 8, let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Eternal God, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up to find our hearts waiting to do your will. We praise you, God, whose love gives light to all the world.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת
Please take a moment to consider the meditation on page 9. Would you please rise for tefillah?
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Raya, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, U'mei Gula Livnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mechakel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umito Melech, Melech Meimit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'emanata lehachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. We thank you, O God, for your gift of Shabbat, for the sanctuary in which we observe it, and for the dear ones with whom we share it.
Shabbat, gladden our hearts, and may its peace quiet our spirits.
Bring us closer to one another in love with laughter and soft words, with shared concerns and mutual respect.
Help us so to live in the days ahead, that you may look upon all we have done and find it good and worthy of your blessing.
Our prayer for peace, Shalom Rav, can be found on page 12.
Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael, b'chol עת ובכל שעה Tasim leolam, tasim leolam.
We continue now with a moment of silent prayer. Those words from our tradition that asks that our words and prayers be acceptable to God, who is our rock and our Redeemer, lead us to our prayer of healing on this Shabbat. That lilting melody helps to open our souls to be a source of compassion and love for all who are suffering and in need of healing. We ask, may the one who was a source of blessing for our ancestors bring the blessings of healing upon those in need. Prayer of healing to Florence Berger and Barbara Berkowitz, Bradley Borden, James Brummett, Melba Berman, Jeffrey Feinstein, Alan Garber, Don Gorwitz, Don Graubart, Sarah James, Gail Jansen, Paul Kenberg, Beverly Kovnat, Lawrence Levy, Michael Marcoux, Evelyn Muntz, Rebecca Risch, Carol Ross, Marilyn Shapiro, Haskell Simon, Alex Smoots Thomas, Steve Weingarten, Eugene Wilkenfeld, Roger Williams, Yisrael Masha Ben Ruta Masha, Bela Bat Baruch Vahuda, Shoshana Bat Chana, and Chaya Itel Bat Ezer Zora. We pray for all of them a healing of body and a healing of spirit. May those in whose care they are entrusted be gifted with wisdom and skill in their care. May family and friends who surround them be gifted with love and openness, strength, and trust in their care. Blessed are you, O God, the source of healing. We pray together, Mishaberach.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
The holy spaces of our synagogue, both here in the chapel and the sanctuary, hold life's greatest blessings and also some of our greatest heartbreaks. And so as we go from praying for those who are in need of healing and strength, we celebrate with those who are recognizing milestones. And I invite Joel Berman to please rise, celebrating his 75th birthday. We say, Makor Chayim, source of life. We ask for your blessing tonight on Joel as he stands in his congregational home, celebrating 75 years of life this coming week. Surrounded by his dearest ones, he's a devoted husband of almost 51 years, a loving father to 3, and a proud and doting grandfather. We ask, O God, that the blessings that he helped to bestow in these first 75 years, those of kindness and compassion as a physician in our community, and the model that he set for his family to be a mensch, we ask, O God, that you shower back upon him manyfold. May the days ahead be sweet with travel and adventure as he enjoys the riches that lie ahead with his beloved wife and family. And we ask, O God, that the years be sweet and full of good health. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechiyanu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, Lord our God, for creating this precious life, having sustained it now for 75 beautiful years, and allowing all of us the simcha, the true joy of celebrating with you together. Amen. Mazel tov. A few announcements on this evening. I ask that you please plan to remain with us through the end of our service so that we have an opportunity to say Kiddush and Motzi together as a community. This week's challah and wine is generously provided by our congregation sisterhood. I hope that on your way into the Proler chapel this evening you had an opportunity to pick up a Shabbat handout. Please make note of the following upcoming events within our community. More information on each of the things I'm about to announce can be found in that handout. Our sisterhood is excited to be hosting its annual fundraiser on Thursday, March the 7th at 6 p.m. It's featuring talented musicians Emily Moses and our own Alex Navarro. Please come join us. Rabbi Fixler will be hosting a lunch and learn on Saturday, March 16th, following Shabbat morning services on the topic of school finance. This lunch and learn comes before the Religious Action Center of Texas's lobbying days in Austin. And finally, space is quickly running out for our evening with renowned speaker Reverend William Barber on Wednesday, March 27th at 7:30 p.m. Over 80% of our seats in the combined Barish Sanctuary and Feld Hall are already accounted for. If you're hoping to join us, please make a reservation now so that we have space for you to join us. He explained to us that they had both Domino's pizza and school cafeteria pizza on the same day, and that Domino's is way better. In the car earlier this week, JJ told my sister Tracy and me how a middle school student at his school bought a whole Domino's pizza, and how at a cost of more than $2 a slice, he found that shocking. My sister asked if he went to go and sit with her, and he said no. Tracy chimed in that when we were growing up, they offered lots of junk food and treats in the middle school food service line, and that if you were brave enough to buy school lunch on the famous Cook's Choice Day, the day they purged the freezer and fridge of the remnant meals that didn't match up with the pre-printed menus offering, then you'd get a free ice cream sandwich. It was in a quieter voice that she then turned to me and said, "Do you remember when we had free school lunch?" Growing up in the suburbs of Detroit, almost everyone I knew attended public schools. As far as I know, my family never considered another option. We were fortunate to grow up in an upwardly mobile middle-class neighborhood and community. The schools were good and safe, and from what I can remember, relatively well-funded. While it wasn't so infrequent that come August the school teachers would strike or threaten to strike, I am from Detroit after all, I never recall the school having to shrink its faculty or staff or ancillary offerings because of budget issues. We learned all the things we needed to learn to be well prepared for college and the professional worlds we would enter, in addition to lots of PE classes, art, and music. It was at Forest Elementary School in Farmington Hills that I was given the chance to choose an instrument, and with my selection of the viola, a pathway emerged that led me to Interlochen and experiences that profoundly shaped my life and led me to where I am today. A strong public school was a key element of my childhood. Indeed, it was a safety net. While many in my neighborhood didn't need free lunch, I did. While many in my neighborhood didn't need hearing and vision screenings, some did. While many didn't need reading and writing specialists or speech specialists, some did. And they were able to get those services and interventions without barrier because they were offered in our public schools. We learned in a heterogeneously diverse class, and while I was not privy to everyone else's grades, it seemed a successful learning environment for the vast majority of us. If we examine the history of the Jewish community in this country, we know that as immigrants, Jewish children were able to learn the English language, reading, writing, and arithmetic by way of the public school system. They were also able to learn the just as important but less intentional or structured lessons of what it meant to be an American from their peers. And because children were in school, their parents had the time to find jobs and support their family. Were it not for the public school system, I do not know that the Jewish community would have had the capacity to become as successful as we have been. I cannot imagine there were very many private schools welcoming Jewish immigrant children on their rosters. The public school system of the past appears to have been the great equalizer, at least when it came to education. Local public schools offered every child the opportunity to come and learn, no matter their religion, ethnicity, or socioeconomic status. I'm tremendously grateful it was that for me, not just for the safety net it offered me, but for the excellence in education it offered and for the instruction on how to learn that it imprinted upon me. For these reasons, I'm committed to ensuring the public schools remain vibrant and strong for generations to come. Well-funded and professionally staffed public schools are good for everyone, even for those families who choose to enroll their children in private school. Here's why. When we ensure that each and every child has the opportunity to learn in a safe, clean, well-supplied environment with well-trained and appropriately compensated teachers, we are investing in a healthier, more productive, and well-prepared community. Children who have the opportunity to learn in successful schools are more likely to stay in school, be successful in their studies, and exude a real confidence in their learning. Children who have the opportunity to learn in successful schools can often explore more deeply areas of interest and develop special skills and talents that serve them well their whole lives. And ultimately, children who have the opportunity to learn in successful schools will emerge better prepared to enter the workforce and be contributing members of society. These are things that each and every child should have a right to, and a strong public school system helps to ensure that access for all. As I share this message tonight, I affirm that this is also a Jewish message. When we consider B'Tselem Elohim, the teaching that we're all created in the image of God, if you believe that we are uniquely special and holy and deserving of the tools to help our special spark of godliness shine bright and be illuminated for the world to see, we know it is often the work of talented teachers that can help a student's spark glow ever more vibrantly. Excellent schools allows us to better fulfill the mitzvah of caring for the orphan, the widow, and the stranger among us. Torah reminds us many times not to oppress the stranger in our midst or make any distinction between us. Ensuring a safe and successful learning environment for all children in our city, our state, and our country goes a long way towards this. I support the public schools with my money as a taxpayer, like you do, and through tzedakah giving. I support the public schools as a donor of school supplies each semester and as a volunteer when I make copies for the teachers. And I support the public schools with the most precious part of my life, my family, my husband, and my children. As Jeff has taught at Coulter Elementary for almost 16 years, he gives his heart and his soul to his students, their families, and his school community every single day. And the blessings that he has received in return are beyond measure as he sees a student understanding a math concept for the first time or receives a note of gratitude from a student or a parent. And we choose to enroll our children in the public schools because we feel it is the best way that we can prepare them for their adult lives. Yes, they're learning their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and all the rest that comes after that. But just as important, they're learning about their peers and what it means to be with others who are different than they are. Not just religiously, ethnically, and racially different, but different learning styles, socioeconomic status, intelligences, and processor speeds. The greatest place that I know for them to acquire that diversity of experience and learning is our public schools. And I want that richness not just for my own children, but for all children. In conclusion, as we gather in our sacred space to celebrate Shabbat this week, we recognize and reconnect with the many blessings that surround us. One of the blessings for our people, for many of us and our children and grandchildren, has been the ability to attend good and successful schools that have nurtured us and helped provide a solid foundation of learning. In supporting strong and successful public schools, we help ensure that blessing be a blessing for all children. Shabbat Shalom. I invite you to look at the back side of tonight's song insert in the handout for several opportunities to learn about public education and participate in the upcoming RAC Texas Austin Advocacy Days that's focused on school finance reform. We now turn, we're not turning, we're singing.
sing.
We're singing.
I was inspired to find a song that just felt inspiring. These powerful words we heard remind us to think beyond ourselves. They remind us that the world we build is not just for our own children, but for the children all around us. Creating opportunities for everyone to learn can help us build a brighter future. And so I hope you'll sing these sweet words with me to come from, they might make you thirsty for a Coca-Cola, but they come from the 70s, and I just thought they had a sweet message to share.
I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. I'd like to build the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honeybees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to see the world for once, all standing hand in hand, and hear them echo through the hills, for peace throughout the land. That's the song I hear.
That's the song I hear.
Let the world sing today.
Let the world sing today.
A song of peace that echoes on and never goes away.
As we turn to page 14 for the prayer Aleinu, Aleinu is also a prayer about what we are hoping to see God's presence in the world, and perhaps it is through the manifestation of our good works, through tikkun olam, through our time and our tzedakah giving that helps to bring that more to fruition. The words for Aleinu is on page 14. As the ark is open, would you all please rise?
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts turn to those whose lives have been a blessing to humanity, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, let us meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. Please take a moment and consider one of the meditations or the marginal reading on this page before we turn to our Kaddish prayer. We now have the privilege and the duty to recall the loved ones whom death has recently taken from us. Our hearts go out in sympathy to the family of David Keeper, who died just in recent days. And we lovingly remember those who died at this season in years past, whose yahrzeit, the anniversary of their death, falls on this Shabbat. Anne Allen, Amy Lee Atlas, Louise Bamberger, Herman Bender, Lester Bendix, Hilda Benjamin, Estelle L. Bernstein, Celeste Birnbaum Blend, Rachel Burston, David Cohen, Lizzie R. Daly, Dorothy Reiner Danowitz, Rosemary Davis, Sandra Goodman Davis, Bruce Eden, Fritzie Feldman, Ronald Nathan Fish, Frida Fleshman, Peter Foldes, Bertha Forkosh, Charles S. Frank, Henya Friedberger, Francis Friedlander, Benjamin Friedman, Leo Friedman, Nathan William Garfinkel, Samuel Alfred Gaylor, Jeanette Getz, Bertram Burt Gibbs, Sidney Goldman, Dora Goldstein, Mike Goodman, Ben Grayboys, Herman Greenberg, Katie Greenberg, Matilda Halfant, Ira Herman, Max H. Doc Hirsch, Dorothy Scher Hirsch, Norma Hoffman, Joan Hoffman, Abe Holman, Mary Lipkin Hudson, Morris H. Jacobs, Nora Tyrus Joachim, Sidney Joseph, Mayor P. Joseph, Carolyn Tucker Kamen, Irving Ike Klein, Saul Klinger, Bessie Kroll, Joseph G. Lakshan, Florence Laves, Marilyn Leon, Anna Levy, Dorothy Levine, Meyer Lewis, Myrtle Herstein Lowenstern, Ann Loomish, I. M. Lurie, Anna K. Mass, Michael Manila, Lisa Beth Margolis, Edwin Martin, Harris Molaski, Herman Melcher, Dave Miller, Dorothy A. Minchin, Mamie Pessis Minchin, Louise Ann Morwitz, Harry Louis Morwitz, Moskowitz, Robert Isidore Naklis, Jenny Naklis, Dora Navon, Matthew Charles Novak, William B. Plotkin, Shirley Pollock, Paul Pollock, Hannah K. Freeman Pomerantz, Irene Price, Ann Wynne Rice, David Roder, Reinhard Rosenbaum, Robert Rubin, Gertrude Sachs, Alphonse Saliger, Arthur Sandler, Elaine Bobby Scher, Simon Shine, Betty Schlamy, Raymond Schwade, Suzanne Schwartz, Selma Lechtman Siegel, David Chatlin Shabbat, Jeffrey Silverman, Marvin Slater, Verna Sloan, Emily Bendix Sloan, William Tenenbaum, Sheldon Waldman, Louis Weinberg, Edward Weisberg, Frida Weissman, Ann S. Welch, Fanny Westheimer, Louis Woda, Frida Wolf, Jenny Ray Wolf, Sylvia Fishbein Yaffe, Milton Yellen. The memories of all of them are with us. Our grief and sympathies are mingled as we rise to praise God with the ancient words of Kaddish. The words can be found on page 16. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, bi'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayedechol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'bizman kari v'imru, amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei amai. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kedusha brihu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushvechata v'nechemata, ta'amiram bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'asei shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen.
Oh, say shalom, bimromav. Yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen.
We continue now with Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'ratzon nimchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techilah Lemikrae Kodesh, Zecher Letziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu V'charta, V'yotanu Kidasha, Mikol Ha'amim.
המוציא לכם מן הארץ. Amen.
So in honor of this special time of year unique to Houston, I thought we'd have to sing something a little Texan. Hope you'll join me with some clapping and some singing.
The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. The prairie sky is wide and high, deep in the heart of Texas. The eagles fly across the sky, deep in the heart of Texas. The coyotes cry a yippee-yi, deep in the heart of Texas. The coyotes wail along the trail, deep in the heart of Texas. The rabbits rush along the brush, deep in the heart of Texas. The sage in bloom is like perfume, deep in the heart of Texas. Reminds me of the one I love, deep in the heart of Texas. Deep in the heart of Texas. One more time. Deep in the heart of Texas.
We'll conclude our service with the benediction on page 17. Shh. As we leave your sanctuary, O God, we acknowledge that wherever we go, we are in your presence. We pray that our actions will reflect this awareness. As we know your nearness, so may we also be touched by your. In moments of temptation, give us strength. In hours of doubt, renew our faith. In days of weariness, give us courage.
Clothe our lives with charity, deepen our lives with loyalty, hallow our lives with integrity. Help us to live that the radiant spirit of your holy Shabbat will add brightness to all our days and bring light to us and to those whose lives touch our own.
As we leave this sacred space, we ask God's blessing upon one another with ancient words hallowed by time. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless us and keep us. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'huneka. May God deal kindly and graciously with us. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bestow favor upon each of us and grant all of us the gift of shalom, the gift of peace. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Good Shabbos.